Well, good morning, everybody. Mark Finan here in the home weather office on this Wednesday morning. It's the 26th day of July, 2023. This is the morning briefing coming to you from my home weather office where I do my own morning briefing and then I give you an idea of what I'm looking at for the day ahead and probably for the week ahead as well. And right now we're looking at a beautiful morning as I look out the window of the home weather office. The deer are out playing in the front yard and it's a beautiful morning. Temperature's still warm. We're waiting on the onshore breeze to pick up this afternoon, which should bring temperatures lower than what we saw yesterday. But we are getting off to a relatively warm start. Nothing too excessive, but it is a warm start. So while temperatures may be trending at or where we were yesterday morning, I think by the afternoon, if the models are right with the onshore breeze, we should see temperatures level off pretty nicely. So let's show you what's happening this morning. Beautiful look at satellite this morning with the marine layer along the coast, pushed inland into Napa, as well as down toward Monterey, Carmel, and through the Salinas Valley. The other thing I want to point out here is if we go a little bit farther to the north, we do have fires going on in Oregon. We've been very lucky in California so far this year that we haven't seen any big fires going on. But with our general southwesterly flow that we're expecting, south and southwesterly flow, and I mean by that the winds at 10, 15, 20,000 feet, all of those are generally going to be out of the south and southwest over the next week or more, which means that for now anyway, we don't have to worry about any of the smoke in Oregon coming our way. If we do switch around to a north wind at any time, then we might have to be concerned about getting some of that smoke our way. But that's obviously something we got to keep an eye on at this time of year when we get some fires going on in the northwest. Occasionally we get some of that smoke. But for now, none of that is coming our way. Let me show you how our morning is going. These are just the 8 o'clock obs. I just wanted to show you these because, as I mentioned, it is a relatively warm morning. The 8 o'clock ob in Auburn is 77. At downtown, it's 72. At Executive Airport, it's 68. And even Travis is 63. Nice southwesterly wind at 21. So it should be a breezy day in Solano County. For those of you that use 680, it'll be one of those windy days as you go past the Carquenes Strait. But yeah, look at Stockton, 76. Again, these are the 8 a.m. obs. And I always like to look at the west slope where Blue Canyon is 71. Once again, it is warmer at 5,200 feet than it is in parts of the valley floor. So with this warm start, I think by noontime, most valley spots will be in the low to mid 80s. And then by the time we get to the afternoon, we should see the onshore breeze kick in to level off temperatures in the low to mid 90s. You can see that Napa is reporting cloudy conditions with a temperature of 60. And once again, there's that fog that's into Napa. Come on. That doesn't want to load right now. All right, let's skip ahead to the models. I'm going to show you the GFS. I'm going to show you a couple of different versions of the models. I was looking ahead, so let me back this up to the beginning. Okay, we're looking really good for the next week or so. And as I pace through this, you'll just see we continue to have these little troughs dig down into the northwest, helps to keep the heat away, keeps our onshore breeze going, and boy, we are just looking good. This is getting into the day Thursday. This is Friday. That's a nice pattern for us at this time of year. This is Saturday. Over the weekend, I think we're going to start to see a bit more cloudiness, a bit more monsoon moisture come up. Doesn't look like we'll see anything in the way of storms or thunderstorms or anything like that, but maybe some high clouds. We've seen that a few times. And look at this little trough going by. This is on Sunday. Last day of the State Fair, should be quite comfortable, better than the start of the State Fair when temperatures were, let's say, 105 on the first day of the State Fair. The last day of the State Fair should be nice. And there's where the ridge is, up and down the middle part of the country with a big high here. So once that trough lifts out, the question is whether or not we get another one behind it. This is getting into next week. This is next Tuesday. So maybe not as cool as over the weekend. Temperatures probably bouncing back up, maybe mid and upper 90s. Another little trough goes by, probably dragging some more moisture our way. Now, yesterday, I showed you the difference between two models about the possibility of maybe getting a big ridge and maybe some big heat in here, maybe sometime around August, 6, 7, 8, somewhere in there. So we're talking way down the road. And this is the 0Z run, and this is on Saturday, the August the 5th. And yeah, that would be, if true, that would be hot. That would be That'd be hot. We'd be probably talking about 105s to 110s again. Um, and this isn't in our forecast range at this point, but as I mentioned yesterday, I like to look at this just so we know when this does come into our forecast range over the course of this week and in early next week, that we'll have an idea about whether or not the models have been very consistent with this sort of pattern. And by that, I'll also show you the 6Z run that shows you the same thing. And now this 6Z run is different than the 6Z run from 24 hours ago, because sure, it shows this high. It's not as strong as it was yesterday. And then look what happens right after that. As we get into next week, another one of these troughs comes by. I missed it. Another trough comes by to knock the temperatures down in a hurry. So in the meantime, the next 7-8 days look great. Temperatures in most valley spots will be under 100. The north end of the valley, Redding, Red Bluff, will likely get into that 100, 102, 103 range. But areas like Sacramento and Stockton and Modesto will stay under 100, and so will the foothills. But, just in a forecasting perspective, we'll just kind of keep an eye down the road for, again, that possibility of maybe something the following weekend around, maybe, like I said, the 5, 6, 7, 8, somewhere in that range. We may see another heat spell. Keep in mind, here we are at the end of July. We are still in the hottest part of the year. We'll begin to come off the hottest part of the year next week and gradually see temperatures slide down. But we still have about another 6 or 7 weeks where you can see temperatures top about 105. So we get a week like this, another 7 days like this with temperatures under 100. It's kind of a bonus at this time of year. So that's everything I've got for you today from the home office. I'll be in the suit and tie and back in the regular office for the news at 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, and 11 o'clock tonight. Have a great day. I'll talk to you later.